For the past 2 years plus, Allegheny College epidemiologist Dr. Becky Dawson has been helping us here at Erie News Now and our audience safely navigate our way through the pandemic and safely travel when we have to go places. And she recently got to put some of her own advice to use.
Yes, Dr. Becky recently took a trip to Israel, and that was an educational trip. But Dr. Becky had a bit more fun than you would think for an educational trip. Dr. Becky, tell us all about Israel and the purpose of your trip.
Yeah, so I traveled with the Jewish National Fund USA. They sponsor a faculty fellowship for professors from all over the United States. So I was one of 30 faculty chosen to go.
Woo!
And we started in the north and did a lot of the history. So, religious history, political history, and then moved our way south, ultimately kind of going south and then back up to Tel Aviv to understand the innovation and the work that the Israelis are doing, both defensively, in terms of health research, biotechnology. It was just amazing. And the people and the food were fantastic.
Well, let's talk about what you potentially learned as far as being an epidemiologist. You said you were mentioning during the commercial break that this is the area you traveled to has a lot of significance in that regard.
Yeah, so Israel has been kind of on the cutting edge in terms of surveillance for really vaccines, how well vaccines are working with different variants after different boosters. So it was fascinating to be there and really to learn about their surveillance system, how beneficial a national healthcare program can be to do public health research. And I think also just how thoughtful the Israelis were in terms of trying to get everyone educated, but also then vaccinated and masked and, being careful throughout the pandemic. So it was great to learn from others and also see the impacts of the pandemic from another perspective.
It sounds amazing, Dr. Becky. Now, quickly here, favorite part of the whole trip. Go.
Oh my goodness, the people and the food, hands down. The people were kind and generous and so willing to share, and they make amazing, amazing food. I didn't have a bad meal while I was away.
You've sold us.
Yeah.
You've sold us.
And she found out how those travel rules can change along the way because things changed while you were over in Israel. Dr. Becky Dawson, thanks so much for joining us this morning and for helping us stay safe over the past couple of years.